Okay, Rams offense had these guys a couple weeks ago. This was a fun video to put together to see how Tampa Bay would try to slow them down, and then Arizona just did a phenomenal job. I'm going to get a chance to show you what really is a little bit of a formula um, against the Rams right now, given that they're struggling to run the football. But with all that being said, obviously they're still ranked extremely high. Now after 4 weeks, and all the rankings, and the one that stands out the most is just pass protection. They've got the fewest sacks in the league. We showed that last time, where they do a good job of chipping and getting things out and on their way out, and then the different types of wide receiver screens and so forth, things that they try to do to eliminate cover zero and zone pressure and get their really athletic line. Their line is really graded out well across the board. I think a lot of that goes to the leadership of what I think is the best. You've heard me say it before. All-around tackle, not the most gifted right now at his age, Andrew Whitworth, but again, a great friend and a guy that knows how to galvanize a room and an offense and a team. Okay, enough of that. Put this in here just as a reminder that this is an extension of their running game. Higbee has really stepped up, playing well, and their ability to get their linemen, just look at the linemen set. That way they're legal, the ball's out. They're in that less than a yard and some change, and they get a nice easy. They love this down in the goal, on the goal line. If they can also throw it at the top, so they're basically looking to get the ball to Higbee or get the ball out the cup. And if they don't, if they have a poor look on both sides, which can be the case, they will check out of it. So they don't rely near as much this year on the jet sweeps. Not quite sure why. I'm sure it's still in their arsenal. My guess is they're just tired of getting those guys beat up and getting those guys. It takes their toll on the receivers over the course of the year. All that you have to practice the timing of it, and I'm not sure they're not in the center as much as they were with golf. I put this in here just because Tampa Bay had no plan for Kupp, and here's Kupp, the number 3 receiver on the inside, and they just check 2. They're in empty, even though they're showing pressure. They know they got 5 for 5, and then they're getting a little rub route down here at the bottom. No plan. Like we said coming into this game to Tampa. Okay, where is number 10? All right, finding him's easy. All right, now what is the plan for number 10? Yeah, you got to worry about Woods. You got other guys. I understand. With Jefferson, so forth, Higbee, on and on and on. But starts with this guy. You got to A, know where he is. B, what is the plan? And then as you're executing the plan, you got to hit the guy. You got to hit, because otherwise they're going to throw it to him every time. Right here, they see 3 corners over. They run a double pick at the top. We've all seen this. Their emphasis is simple. Everything starts with number 10. Get him the ball, and then you'll see. Now they don't want to RPO that because they're afraid they're going to have somebody downfield. Okay, they talk about getting Jackson involved. Jackson's up at the top. Nice job on his release. He runs it. I don't know if that's a 6 pump, and then just a little hint. They run that six with that 7 route. They clean out the backside down here at the bottom. They get the 6 pump at the top, give the head move, and they're off to the races, especially against a 4-man rush, and great protection. One thing you'll see, it'll be interesting to see if he can get away with it this week. Seattle has had some trouble with their pass rush and their coverage, to be honest with you. But Stafford, nobody gets deeper than Stafford that I can tell. He's at that line. That's 9.5. All right, that's 10.5. So he's stepping up to 9. Most guys are in that 7.5 range. But in this case, he's got a pretty good feel for when to stay back and then to step up. So they love shots. They're one of the top. Actually, both these teams are the most efficient plus 20 throwers in the league right now. All right, one thing that to be heads up on, they run this up tempo And obviously Sean's either calling it or Matt's calling it, not sure. But one thing that's kind of clear to me, they do a pretty good job of either knowing big time tendencies, though most defenses will switch up their major 80% or higher tendencies, especially in the first half of a game. But I think a lot of their tempo is set up to try to steal signals from the players signaling as they're called in from the sideline, or there's sometimes guys are on the sideline are signaling to the players, so the linebackers don't have to get the call to everybody. The position coach is signaling. So I'm sure they're doing some homework, and here's why. They go up tempo and they run a Tampa 2 big. There's nothing that would tell them right there necessarily, given all the things that Tampa plays, that is Tampa 2. And what do they run? They go up, they hook, they grab the will backer, they clean out the mic or the safety, the poach safety, however. But this is a Tampa 2 side. They go high-low, and they throw it right in this hole. So that's one thing that'd be interesting to know, how they are getting the right route against the right coverage against certain teams. They did not have Arizona obviously knew something was up. Obviously, they're looking for all corners over is a pretty simple tell here with a linebacker up at the top. So they could, if they wanted to check, they know they get in some kind of rub concept and they quick snap it, and it's 3rd and 5. So there's a lot of things that tell you it's going to be cover one rat. And they get Deshaun Jackson coming across the field on a 0. But again, they're getting the exact coverage route match way too often. Usually when teams are hitting it that, if it's not an all-purpose route, most routes are account for every coverage. But when it's specifically designed for the coverage that you're going to get, that to me is a little bit worth looking into. Okay, this is the first half against Arizona. I think I can give you some good stuff here that just tells you about the approach you got to take against all these weapons that the Rams have. All right, so Arizona comes in and says, okay, here's what we're going to do. We don't want to play two-man and turn our back to the quarterback, obviously. We want to play gray area so we can disguise. So they're going to give you a cover 4 look, but they're going to play like a two-man concept, all right, a bracket concept. You can't play two-man against these guys. They're the number 1 bunch team in the league. So you can't play two-man. Everything's got to be a bracket concept. So the summer report that Arizona did on the Rams, and then what they've seen the first 3 weeks, this was one of the better game plans I've seen in a while. So just right away, okay, it tells you right now they're going to run through and they're going to put somebody on Cup. There he is. So they got a guy, they've got him accounted for. All right, good. They're going to account for Cup inside out. They got help over the top. They got 4-on-3 to wherever Cup is. They got to be able to hold up in the run, which they feel good about. Henderson is a good back, as we know, and they'll rotate, Sonny Michel. They got some guys in there, but nobody they're afraid of. Let's just put it that way. So that's the first thing I saw. They're going to count for Cup, so they've got a plan. All right, here he is in the slot. He's going to skip over. They're coming with him, but now they're not going to lock it. Why? Because they're on a stack. So they're going to play a triangle here. These 3 are going to play these 2, at least make it look that way, but no, they're doubling Cup, and they're going to single Woods. All right, they're going to single here. They got 2-on-1 up there. These ends can help, so they're getting doubles on a lot of people. So there's that triangle. Woods goes inside. There's Cup on the post. Whack. So he's doubled. They had a plan. All right, they got 2-on-1 here. They're going to get late help here. And then this is all kind of New England type stuff. This is how New England would, and then just be physical and hit. There's another part of what I'm going to just call the Cup plan, number 10 plan. Here they go. They're going to trail across again. But here's the advantage of it. I'm going to run that little stack scheme again, but they're doubling. They're going to double Cup, They're going to double him from here. They're going to double here and come out. They're going to be here. The problem is you got Woods is singled. Plus you got late help over the top. All those things. So this is the real advantage to it. If Stafford sees it, the ball is out. But again, that's fine. There's a plan. All right, there's a plan. Now, Cup beats the double. How do you beat a double? But how do you beat a double? The inside stutter. Now you can. Where's the weakness when you're double? The area right between them. Outside is covered. Inside now go right through them. But down here, as you can see, Woods, they did a good job of taking advantage of that. They weren't able to do it as much though as you would think in this game. All right, now they obviously had some strong tendencies. Cup is now in the slot. Again, we're still in the first quarter of the game. They're giving them a mix. Now that looks like Tampa 2. Is it Tampa 2? I don't know, but it's a little bit of a check probably because Cup is in the slot and they're going to trap right there. Now this guy, the safety, should be over the top, should be able to play that whole shot, but he's looking inside. It's Tampa 2. Now they're going to trap. So they're keeping him off balance. So they're playing a cloud and trap. Stafford does a good job of not leading him into the corner, puts it on him, that stops him with the ball. The Cup uncharacteristically drops it. But now he's getting a variety of looks. But these are some things, Seattle, when we talk about Seattle's defense, they've gotten away from a lot of their single high. They've got a lot more cloud. They've got a lot of more 34 looks. They can drop 8 if they need to. Just like Arizona, the whole league is trying to adapt all these good offenses. Here's another thing they're doing. Okay, show a 3-man rush, then exchange the nose, and bring 3, drop 8. Show a kind of a quarters look, run to a Tampa 2 double, take away the void, which is underneath the mic. But I'm going to put this in here just because this is a great scheme by these guys. So you're trying to figure out, so you're going to take an 8 route, clean it out, all right, get that mic, try to track that, all right. The 7 route, this built, all right, this corner is going to sit, and then take your inside number 2 and run him on a late wheel. All right, then flood. It's a 4-man flood route. Put a backside 6 on it or whatever you want to put. But the bottom line is they had it. They did a great job of scheming Cup, even though they're trying to take him away. They're clouding his side. They're making a Tampa 2 call. Gives them the best chance to slow him down, especially with 3 receivers over there. But they don't play it great, and they still, but they survive the down, which you got to give Arizona credit. Not a ton of pressure, but Stafford, look at Stafford. Watch his feet. Confused, unsure. The corner's gray area. Safety, we can't tell if that safety's going to peel off of that. Goes to dump it to the flat and gets it checked down. But again, dropping 8, giving him different looks over and over and over. Put this in here just as a good reminder about where and why they're going to run the ball. You know this. If you see an A gap player and a B gap player, they're going to get this double. They're going here. They get to scoop that backside, and then they're going to seal the rest of this off. They're going to aim here, cram it, cut it back, or bounce it. They run this 75% of the time, and we've been watching it now for several years. But all their play action, they have sameness, every kind of boot, naked, screen, reverse. They got 10 things off of this same run. That's why they can run the fewest runs of anybody in the league. Though they do have a few more runs in their arsenal. So I just put this in here to look at it as a reminder how good this offensive line is. And one reason they're so good, I think, is how simple they are in the run game. And then they're really pretty simple in pass protection too. And then they just help the C gap when they can. So they're always looking to run at that bubble, 1 to 5, 3-man surface, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so one thing I have learned going against or watching McVay. McVay reminds me a little bit about Belichick. He ever since they lost that Super Bowl with no halftime adjustments, McVay is now making more and more halftime adjustments, good ones, scheme adjustments. So what Arizona did came out and didn't do anything in the second half to start that they had done in the first half. And I think if you go against McVay and you're good enough to go toe-to-toe with him, you got to try to get one step ahead of him. Arizona was able to do that. They're the first team I've really seen since the Super Bowl win by New England where a defense has been able to stay ahead of McVay. Everybody else, he usually catches up with you pretty quick, gets the info to his quarterback. But now, this is a little different look. All right, so they show the Tampa 2 look. All right, yeah, it's Tampa 2. A lot of stuff they did in the first half, except now they're going to fire the corner, and they're going to fire the nickel, and then they're going to buzz, and drop these tackles out. All right, just same call, just from a different look, different people, everybody just exchanging responsibilities. So you're getting a cloud look. You get a cloud down here. Get that off of there. You're getting a cloud look down here with pressure. You're getting a run underneath look over here with pressure. And you're not allowing them to get onto you. And you're mixing things up from a too high look. And not allowing this guy to get into a rhythm or get checked into the ideal route so they can get those shot plays called. Now, one thing I do think the Rams do a great job of, maybe as good as anybody, and they're doing it pretty quick with Stafford, is just saying, okay, all right, where's the void in the defense? No matter what, it's 1 high, 2 high, quarters, whatever it is, giving the receivers leeway. And here's Higbee, what he does, really nice job of locking down, letting everything kind of happen, and then he's got what's called he's got a block release 7, but to be able to just, okay, where's the void in the defense? It's here. Treat it like a scramble rule. He's out of the pocket. What would you do in a scramble rule? Stay here. Don't run that 7 route. You'd be running right out into the coverage. Find the void. That's you say, well, golly, that no kidding, Cam. But a lot of teams don't do that. You just got to run the route. But if you watch what Kansas City, this is the impromptu stuff that makes you different. Like Kansas City, looks like Dallas has got a little of that going on with their tight ends and Dak. Those tight ends just find the space that the defense makes available and make yourself available to the quarterback. The throw will tell you where you need to go after you catch it. All right. So again, McVay. All right, you start the second half. You need to you've got to mix up your coverages. You got to don't do anything in the third quarter that you did in the first or second quarter. You can come back to some stuff in the fourth if you need to, because then he'll be trying to adjust to what you did in the third quarter that was different from what you did in the first two. You got to hide your signals. Do not let them get your signals. They will eat you alive with the perfect route. And no pre-snap tells. If you're a defense, you give them tells, then McVay's going to be talking to the quarterback, and or Stafford's going to check into the ideal play, and they're going to torch you. I thought this was good. Now, the second half, pressure. All right, we didn't give them doing this in the first half. Let's run the middle dog cross. Let's play cover 1. Well, we're still going to be able to double the Cupster. All right, they got him technically doubled. Here's your safety. He's still aware of Cup, and sure enough, even if he catches it, they're going to tattoo him, and they're able to jump up and make a heck of an interception. And we know that Arizona secondary. We watched them a year ago, and Patrick Peterson they moved him on, and they got some guys in there playing lights out. Okay, they kind of know what the Rams want to do versus an all-up zero look. They want to go with a wide receiver screen. So let's play. They're still playing a quarters look. It's a form of zero. It's going to be a zero zone pressure, but they know their checks. All right, bait them and lie to them. So they're looking for tells. Arizona's giving them no tells. They're giving them lies. And now, whack. Bait him into it. Show cover zero. It wasn't cover zero, I don't think. Lie to him and have him. Same thing here. They're getting lined up quick. They're still unsure. Now they're coming out. They're playing a 33 double cloud, but they're going to soft play the cloud because it's late and they're ahead, and they're going to gray area here. See if they can bait him to throwing it. And Stafford gets greedy. He's confused. Watch him. He comes left. Receiver's confused. Receiver's told to protect that flat route. Ball should go here right now. Stafford already predetermines it, thinks he's squatting, so he thinks he's going to run right by him. So they're confused, and they had help over the top anyway. So Arizona had the signals. Maybe they tapped into the headset or something. I don't know. All right. So now you got cut down here at the bottom. All right, and let's say they do. They get up and they snap it. They're in 2 minutes. What's a number one route? Run that little 17 combination, 7 and a 1 route. They're in Tampa 2. Got to get off that hash. And then, he can catch it and just waylay him. See if you can beat him up. He hasn't been able to play all the games the last few years. He's been banged up. And you need to hit this guy. He's taking a lot of hits, and they're starting to take their toll. So you got to. And you can see it. You see all the little chips and protection. I'm not going to go into that in detail. But this is a lot of clips, I know, but I think it's important to see what Arizona did. Arizona gave the formula, in my mind, of how to attack Stafford, how to attack McVay. Now, if the Rams start running the ball on you, a lot of this stuff goes right out the window, because then now they're continually going to be in third and medium, and that's usually a cover one down anyway. So, interesting to see the adjustments this week, knowing that Seattle, who has historically been a single-eyed team, is now playing a lot more two-shell than in the past. They've got some pressures that I'm sure they'll take from this game. And this one, again, we're just past the quarter pole in the season. And now you'll start seeing some changes as teams start to evaluate their scheme, their tendencies, and their personnel.